What's going on, you guys? It's your boy B Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDVC and the entire basketball community. If you want more basketball content, tune in to Basketball Conversations every Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time. This is where we discuss basketball related topics, news, debates, and everything else in the world of basketball. All right, let's get down to business here, shall we? So, I just came home, after a long day at work, and got the huge notification that Rockets point guard and All Star Russell Westbrook apparently tested positive for the virus, and he was basically tested positive for the virus earlier today, and right now he is now on quarantine. You know, taking care of himself at the moment, and he basically announced it on his Twitter feed that he's basically doing well, is in good spirits, and he's looking to rejoin with his teammates in Orlando when he's basically cleared to play, and he appreciates all the support throughout this entire time. Now, this also coincides with another report that also came out even out today that from two other players basically are now stuck on quarantine after basically leaving the NBA bubble. One player from the Sacramento Kings and another player from the Houston Rockets. Right now, right now, the NBA the NBA right now is pretty much stuck on a huge contingent here because they are so hell bent of resuming basketball in any way possible, and in a sense they're doing this knowing that they're risking the lives of many players that are just tired of living in this kind of bubble, and so as most of you guys pretty much understand by now, the mainstream media has tried to cover this up, talking about how these players are getting, great food, on this great service and all. Not to what the players have been saying. I mean, I've seen some tweets, some pictures talking about how bad the food is and how horrible the betting is in those places in Orlando, Florida. I mean, a lot of the players right now that are in the Pacific NBA bubble are basically not enjoying themselves right now, and they are planning to resume basketball on July 30th. Now, for the Rockets per se, they're not in the playoff mix because basically right now I think they're right around fifth or sixth, and right now there's also reports that it's possibly that James Harden may not even make it to Orlando because he may get tested for the virus. We don't know for sure. I'll keep you informed if there's any news on that. But the big issue is this: was bound to fail in the first place because the NBA was trying so hard to salvage the millions of dollars they lost when they basically were forced to cancel the season when the pandemic began, and they're losing more and more money by each passing day. And this is what it all comes down to. When it comes down to, there are all these sports leagues, both the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball, and the National Hockey League. It's all about money with these owners because they know that without sports, being played, they don't get money from their TV deals, from their advertisers, their sponsors. They don't get any of their bread, and that's what basically has been going on around here. So when I hear people, around these networks like ESPN and Fox Sports basically trying to cover up and try to, side swipe a lot of the legitimate complaints that the players have been having, it really exposes them to the biases that they all share because they really much pretty much send the message that, listen, we don't care what you're going through, just go out there and play. We need you to play because we need our ratings, we need our TV money. That's what all comes down to with a lot of these networks. And it's disappointing to really hear that because at the end of the day, you know, it's all about money with the commissioners, the owners of all these other teams around in this country. That's just what is pretty much what it is. So I hope that the two other players that left the bubble, that basically went outside of it just to try to get some food or some other and other needs that they may need. Hopefully that they can pretty much learn the lesson and not do that again. But the NBA's got to do better and improving the environment there. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that Russell Westbrook can make a full recovery out of this. I'm not the biggest fan of Russell Westbrook in terms of his game, but he's an honorable man, and he does a lot of good for the NBA. And it's really a shame to see that happening. And don't be surprised. And I have been hell bent on this since the beginning of the pandemic that the NBA should have just came out and canceled the entire season. Right now, it is becoming more. It's becoming a little bit closer to reality. You will never hear them say it publicly, but trust me when I tell you on this. Let let there be about 100 to 100 plus cases of their players getting the virus. Trust me, with all the negative publicity that the NBA does not want right now, this would be the ultimate PR nightmare because you're basically sending the message loud and clear that you don't care about the lives and about the health of your players, just as long as you get your own money at the end of the day. That's a bad message that they're sending right now. And I hope I'm wrong about this, but I feel like this is where we're going at this particular point. That's how I feel in this whole matter. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section.